Hello guys, what's up people? How are you doing today? Okay guys, how are you doing? I hope you're good. I feel like it's been a while on here, and it's been 2 weeks actually since I uploaded a video, and I'm just so excited I'm filming again. It wasn't intentional guys. I lost a couple of my video files. I was supposed to upload a video on Sunday. That was 2 days ago, because I'm filming this on Tuesday. So guys, while editing, I lost the video, I lost the files. I can't even, guys, I was thinking about it alone, but we move. Okay, we move. So how are you doing? Like I've said, I'm also good, I'm doing good. So this is just kind of an impromptu video that I would like to put up tomorrow, Wednesday. Okay guys, so let's talk about life struggles. Let's talk about our relationship with God. How have you been juggling those together? By the way, this news, I don't know, I just decided to do lilac and purple together, and I think it's nice actually. So let's talk about our relationship with God, real life struggles. How do you juggle it together? You know, if you're a ministry person, how do you juggle ministry, your relationship with God? How do you balance everything? And how do you make how will I put it, like how do you do one and the rest won't suffer? Okay guys, let's talk about that. So while I was in school guys, I think I've said it, you guys are probably tired of that on this channel. I was an executive in school, and I think that one of my fears back then was the fact that, basically, will you still have this relationship with God after school? Because I mean, you're in school, you're an executive, most of the time I'm in fellowship. In fact guys, Sunday I'm in church, Monday there's choir rehearsal, Tuesday there's Bible study, Wednesday there's choir rehearsal, Thursday there is prayer meeting, Friday there is drama rehearsal, Saturday there is choir rehearsal, Sunday again. So that was how my life was, and I feel like doing that, you would always want to, even if you don't have a relationship with God in your personal space, there is Monday to sing, connect with God. There is there is Tuesday for Bible study, Wednesday, and like that. So it was like, okay, even if you wouldn't read at home, this is a space for you to read in church. So you will always want to, like, pray, connect with people, connect with God, that kind of stuff. So that was one of my fears. And when I finished, went for my NYSC and I joined a church. Guys, I actually preached in my church during NYSC. In fact, that was my first time of preaching, and it was amazing, guys, amazing. I can remember that the Saturday prior to that Sunday, while I was supposed to preach, I had this we went for election process, something like that. It was Saturday, Edo State election, governorship election, and I was a presiding officer. I mean, it was a lot. We had done a lot of training, orientations, and that was very stressful. I can remember someone reaching out to me that day and say, "Oh, we say good morning." And I'm like, "Are we in the morning?" It feels like evening already, because it was just so stressful. But I loved the experience actually. So I prayed, and guys, it was amazing. Honestly, I remember I reached out to my pastor that day, and I'm like, "Oh," and I was like, "Oh wow, that's great." So, how do you stay on fire for God? How do you keep the fire burning? How do you keep telling God, "What's up, let's just," and I think that one of the very important thing is to surround yourself with a circle that would help you. It might be a church, it might be a fellowship, surround yourself with something like that, and your service to God. Oh my God, guys, let me just put this out there. Shout out to you, Victoria. I remember a friend of mine, because my church is quite far from my place, so I remember my friend reaching out, because I hardly go for weekly service. Even my Sunday service now, for the past 2 Sundays, guys, I've been streaming online. So I remember her reaching out to me and she said, "Oh, Bisi, what's up? How far your service to God?" I think that that is also important. Having friends like that that could, notice that, oh, you're not doing. And I think that that's one of the things that even inspired this video. Having a friend that could say, "What's up? Your relationship with God, how was it been?" and all of that. And that's so like key. Another thing is having um intentionality, like that heart of, I want to do this. Because sometimes motivation wear out when people say, "Oh, do this," they keep encouraging you, go to church, go do this and all of that. It can wear out, but the intentionality of your heart that, oh, you want to do this, it will help you. Because some days you'll be tired from work or from other things, and if you're not intentional about your relationship with God, you just be like, "Nah, G, daddy, we're not talking today, I'm tired, let's just do this tomorrow." And I've been there actually, because this thing is not easy. And that's why I said it takes intentionality of, sometimes I'm tired and I'm just like, oh, but I make sure that I read the word. And another thing that helps me is I always want to meditate on a scripture before I sleep, even if it's a verse, because sometimes I'm like, oh, so I'll just quickly read a verse and start meditating on it. And most of the time, even when I wake up the next day, I keep meditating on that word, and I'm so excited about it. Like, okay, it's even else my affirmation the next day, because maybe I'd read a scripture that talks about faith and prosperity, and I begin to declare the next morning, "Oh, I have the faith and prosperity of Jesus," and stuff like that. So that also helps. And another thing that has helped me oh my god, is having a mentor, guys. Having a mentor that you look up to. And this, I'm not even talking about a physical mentor. It might be online, it might be someone that that release inspiring content every week, and anytime the person do that, it just inspire you. Guys, I have someone that inspire me. In fact, I have a lot of people that inspire me, but a friend actually came to mind right now. She's an author. She writes content a lot, and this is something that I've always wanted to do. I mean, when I say content, it's about God, it's about your faith and all of that. So she writes a lot. I remember one day I reached out to her and I'm like, oh God, how I wish I could be writing content like this. Like when you post something online and you write like a full page of content. And I'm like, how do you even do this? Guys, I've done this before, but I don't know why. Currently, typing something that long is just like, sometimes I'm like, I can't do this. And so she was like, no, you can do this and all of that. So having someone that inspire you, someone that that is consistent with our faith, with his faith, and when such person just put out something, you're gingered like, oh yes. Guys, I stumbled on a YouTube channel recently on YouTube, and it's been amazing. I think it's Ezinezara. Yeah, that's the name. I love her channel. Like, she talks about everything faith, and when I stumble on the channel, I'm like, good. So I just love her channel. So balancing your real life, stuff with your relationship with God. I think that one thing that stood out for me is connecting with God regardless of where I am. It might not be in a public place. It might not be that. It might just be you humming a song, and you're connecting deeply with the lyrics. I remember one of my favorite songs at work is "Man of Your Word." So I love the song so much. There's a part that I really connect with. I can't remember the song, but let me just say, I can't remember the exact lyrics now, but I will remember now why singing. They said, I'm a man of your word. If you said it, we believe it. You're amazing. Okay, yeah. So there was this part that says, we have this confidence, you finish what you started, Yahweh. keep your promises. So you know that part, I'm always thinking about God's promises to me, the one in the scripture, the one He has said to me personally, and I'm like, yeah, that's it. You know, that's how you connect. You know, sometimes it's not just about, praying and all of that, especially if you're in an atmosphere or in an environment where you can't do that. Singing a song just makes a lot of sense. I sing a lot, guys. Like, I just, especially that song, actually. Especially that song, I love it so much. Like, I'm just like, we have this confidence, and I'm thinking, oh, God will finish whatever He has started in my life, because that moment I will quickly think about how God has started with me, how He won't leave me hanging, how He's going to get me to that beautiful place at the end of the day, and it just made my day, and it just makes me feel good. So yeah, that's another way that helps. That is another thing that helped me keep um my relationship with God. Of course, reading the Word, and of course praying as well. You can't um overemphasize the place of prayer. So I hope that this content has blessed you. Please keep praying, keep believing in God, and this is also to encourage you that even if you haven't um been in a place of having a relationship with God, you can start now. You can start today. Go to a Bible believing church, give your service to God. Literally, that would also help. Join a workforce in your church and just do good for Jesus. I remember I was seeing the Lord Solutions March to Motherhood video. I think it was last week, and I'm like, good. And I'm like, girl, keep making Haba proud. Like, I was seeing the video and I'm like, what? I was watching the video and I'm like, wow, this is amazing. She, as in case you don't know, the March to Motherhood, Tolulope Solution is a YouTuber, in case you don't know her. And March to Motherhood is an initiative that she had, praying with waiting mothers, and there's been a lot of testimonies. There's been a lot. Maybe I'll actually link what's it called, the Instagram handle of the page. I'll link it in my description box so that you guys can check it out. It's all singles can also pray on that. Praying ahead is amazing. Praying for, sending word ahead to your future. I feel like I've rounded up in my head, and these words are just coming. So basically, calm down. Okay, guys, I hope that this video has blessed you. Please leave loads of comments in the comment section below. Please share your spiritual journey with me down in the comment section. How do you keep the fire burning? Share with your friend. Thumbs up this video if you like it. Subscribe if you haven't. I love you guys, and keep believing in Jesus.